Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel with a new video about World of Tanks. Today it's another commented replay, and this time I'm playing with my M46 Patton. I haven't played it much recently, not because it's a terrible tank, but just now I have so many tanks in my garage that it makes it quite complicated to play them all. And also because I was playing intensively my T-57 Heavy in order to try to get some second and third marks of excellence for it. I have the level to get the second one, but the third one seems so far away, and playing for stats and marks of excellence, it puts an extra pressure on me, and it kind of ruins the pleasure. So I perform poorly, and it gets even more frustrating since it makes it even harder to get those marks of excellence. So I'm putting those on a break, and I'm just trying to enjoy some nice tanks that I have in my garage instead. For example, this 46 Patton. It's a tier 9 medium American tank, and it has one of the best view range in the game, very comfortable gun depression, good alpha as well, 390 points of damage. It doesn't get such a good rate of fire, however, so don't expect to get some high DPM monsters such as those Russian mediums. The turret is weak, so it's definitely not like a T-54, but apart from that, it's pretty fast and agile, a very comfortable tank to play. Honestly, it's one of my favorite tier 9. And it's really fun to play this tank on Komarin because this map gets a lot of terrain, you'll have a lot of hills, so it's easier to hide yourself, to conceal yourself from enemy fire. But also the gun depression will allow you to plant some shots in unaware opponents, and you'll get a very nice view range as well, so you can annoy the opponent team even if you're not shooting at them. So in short, the M46 Patton is an all-rounded tank, not suitable for brawling, definitely not a good tank when you're spotted because you'll have a terrible armor, so you can't side scrape, you can't go hull down, you don't have DPM for one-on-one fights, but as long as you keep your distance and you're spotting and planting some shots here and there, you can do a fantastic job and help your team tremendously. As you can see, the aiming time is rather average, nothing terrible, but not good enough to take down this poor leopard on the opponent team. The accuracy is also average. If you take some fully aimed shots, you won't be trolled very often. At the moment, I'm mostly trying to be an active scout, trying to spot targets for my artillery and teammates, and I won't take risks. I'm just going to take a few shots in their flanks if I have the opportunity, but apart from that, I'm mostly going to remain concealed as much as I can. The Patton can certainly flank and be part of a wolf pack, but that's true if you are in a platoon. You certainly don't want to be in the first line if you're alone and isolated. As you can see on the minimap, our team is doing a very good job. We are leading from 2 tanks, but this is not my point. It's mostly because we control the majority of the map. What I'm doing now is a very aggressive move, and I would certainly not allow myself to do that if there was anyone in the central island, because I'm particularly vulnerable from the E6 location. This position is fantastic if you want to put some additional pressure on the opponent team, because I will be spotting even further opponents close to their base. My position is really vulnerable to someone located in E6 in the central part of the island. However, there's no one anymore in there. I thought the T110 E3 was still alive and facing our heavy, but actually he's already dead. I didn't know that, so I was a bit lucky. I thought that he was still alive and that I would have to watch out for my left pretty often. So since no one is able to contest my position, I can take my time, plant some shots, and try to spot anyone who would be shooting from their base. Now I can stay here, advance to the next cover, but I was really tempted to take into crossfire the medium and the heavy located just to my left. The 100 is not paying attention to his minimap, allowing me to plant one in his turret side. That was an easy penetration. However, he probably disliked it, and yeah, he's moving forward. I wanted to track him. It went through his tracks, but I didn't immobilize him. This means that I took a nasty shot and lost a bit less than half of my health. The situation looks rather bright on this part of the map, mostly because even if they have some very good tanks, they are not in a dominant position and they are mostly trying to defend themselves instead of pushing or just being aggressive. However, on the other part of the map, our team has been crushed and we have no sign of the enemy activity. Apparently they are doing pretty much the same. On the other side, there's a light tank in K2 spotting our artillery and our allies for his teammates. So from the central part of the map, I'll have the possibility to spot them, mostly for my teammates in J7, K8. I haven't been shot by the artillery yet, which is rather unusual, so each time I'm spotted, I'm moving, just to avoid his shots. He was spotted earlier and he moved, probably in D1, C1, but he's kind of safe in this new location, and he's a good artillery player, because he was aware, he relocated, and he's not spotted very often, so he's probably a dangerous player. I don't want to be obliterated by one of his shots, so I'm relocating over and over. I'm not in a position to hurt this T-28, so I was mostly trying to track him just to put some pressure, force him to go back and stop harassing our heavy in B8. The M46 Patton gets an excellent penetration for its tier. It's, I believe, 268 if I'm not mistaken. Well, it's around this value. So you can penetrate a lot of opponents. However, a T28 angle like this is like a fortress, you can't go in. Trying another shot in this ST1. Again, I have to wait for my reticle to shrink if I want to hit, but I can't afford to stay really long in the same position. So it doesn't matter if you don't focus on one opponent at the same time. The most important for you when you're playing a support type of tank such as this 46 Patton is to spot as many opponents as you can. Just spotting them will make them nervous. They will probably be less aggressive. If you can plant a few shots here and there, well, it will help your team. However, your job is certainly not to draw the attention of the opponent and to trade shots with opponents and try to put yourself in danger just to finish off one opponent. In general, this will end pretty nastily for you because you don't have a great DPM, you don't have any armor, so basically trading shot will have a terrible impact on your health. It's more efficient to play this tank as support and active spotter. Now, and for that matter, it would be very useful to get some optics on this tank. Optics and ventilation will help a lot, and having those nice crew skills and perks to improve your view range will help you as well. Now we have kind of a mirror situation. We have 6 enemy tanks remaining, 6 enemy tanks in our team, and we have control of half of the map. I'm trying a very lucky shot here. It was just out of curiosity if I could hit or not. I certainly did not expect to get a kill there, but I'm not going to complain about this lovely result. I have the time to hurt this T-28 showing me his flank, and again moving just to make sure that artillery will not try to blind shot me. I'm always nervous when there's at least one artillery in the enemy team and when I'm spotted, because most of the time I will get shot. I've counted, usually it's between 95 and 98% of my battles I get shot at least once by the artillery. I mean, I'm including the times where they miss me, but still, for some reason I attract their attention very often, and this was not the case in this battle. it was one of those miracle battles in which the artillery shown no interest for me, and this certainly helped me a lot to get a very nice result in this battle. Now I'm facing the last tank, except artillery on this team. I know he was in safe scrape, so I was going to track him, and now I was hoping he would just show me his flank. He certainly did not, and it gave him the opportunity to finish off my ally, so I should have rushed in retrospect. I didn't know what he was doing, if he was aware of me or not, but I could have saved my ally during this battle, so sorry about this. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the replay of this kind of rare and underrated tank, the M46 Patton. It's definitely one of my favorite mediums in the game. So thank you for watching and see you in the next video.